Let's roll. Famous words from Tom Beamer on Flight United 93. Welcome again to another episode of the 1% in Recovery podcast, where we encourage you to laugh every day, work hard in recovery, work hard in your relationships, work hard in your job, business, school, just work, and love unconditionally. Just put much more love out there and watch much more love return. We encourage you, join the Facebook group, Recovery Freedom Circle. It is a community where we help people understand the steps, talk about achievements, dreams, goals, recovery. Even if you're struggling for something and you need advice, allow the community to help you to grow so then we can all live our best life. Now, let's jump into this week's episode. I am live here in Western Pennsylvania, the crash site of United 93 from September 11th, 2001, where 40 American heroes died, taking down the plane and making sure no other lives were lost that day. I believe a lot in history because history can really teach us a lot. Yes, history teaches a lot about addiction and recovery. It also teaches us about life. What happens in an addiction is we're not living. Any of these famous words, let's roll, do it. You had a group of people committed to doing what was right. They already knew what happened already at the World Trade Center and at the Pentagon. They were not going to let another building, more casualties fall. And also, they woke up that morning not knowing that this was their last day. We talk a lot about recovery 24 hours. Sometimes it can be your last day. We plan for the future. We all want to live a long life. We have many things to do that we want to do and see. But sometimes it just doesn't happen like that day for those 40 people. And so you want to be able to tell people each and every day that you love them. Wake up each day working hard in what you need to do. And also, you've got to laugh and enjoy the day. Some of these people made phone calls before they took over the cockpit. They told loved ones, I love you, that this is the last time you're going to hear my voice. And it gets emotional. Just listening to those voices, I can tell you, I teared up knowing what a day that was for Americans. Just like there's other significant days for people. But that day just meant a lot, even when I toured the 9/11 Museum in New York City years ago. But it reminds us that we have to really embrace each day. Do whatever you need to do to just live your best day. If this is my last day, I know I did something I enjoyed. I woke up, I had raspberry French toast. I texted, I did not call anyone this morning, but I texted people that I love them, that I wish I was with them here in Western Pennsylvania. But I allowed people to know my feelings. And I think that's always important. You've got to share your feelings every day. You've got to share love every day. You've got to work hard. I was working hard on some social media stuff. You know, there's so much out there to do each and every day. And yes, we can get lazy, but for the most part, we've got to stay in action, movement, do what we need to do. So coming here, it is actually almost like a revival. This is a cemetery, but it's also like a spiritual retreat where you can really embrace God in the middle of the Allegheny Mountains and all the different rivers that converge in either in Pittsburgh, where we're talking about the Ohio River, we're talking about the Allegheny River, we're talking about all the different nature that kind of revives us. That's the other thing. Just being out here in nature is that natural serotonin. We always talk about how to increase your natural hormones. One of the best things is to just be out here in nature. And those last 30 miles driving in was just pure gorgeous. So what I do is I want to encourage people to embrace each day, take each day as it is, and make the most of it. Tell people that you love them, work hard, laugh. Hopefully you have many more days ahead, but if this is your last, make it a good one. With that, we are going to conclude this episode of the 1% in Recovery podcast.